Today's webinar is Impact of the National School Lunch Program. This webinar is provided by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Department of Food and Nutrition. To begin this webinar, I wanted to share a quote from Ann M. Veneman, who is the former United States Secretary of Agriculture. Few things have more impact than nutrition on a child's ability to survive, learn effectively, and escape a life of poverty. Today's discussion points will include history of the National School Lunch Program, how the program is administered, the program outline, information regarding participation, meal standards, free/reduced lunch eligibility, and the benefits of consuming and participating in the National School Lunch Program. The National School Lunch Program is a federally assisted meal program. It operates in public and nonprofit private schools and residential child care institutions. It provides nutritionally balanced, low-cost or no-cost lunches to students. The history of the National School Lunch Program. It wasn't until the 1930s and the Great Depression that the federal government became motivated to become involved with the school fund programs. In the early 1930s, farmers were facing difficulty as well as laborers to find work, and poor children were experiencing malnutrition and hunger. School lunch programs emerged as the perfect solution to these problems. It was established under the Richard B. Russell National School Lunch Act, and it was signed into law by President Harry Truman in 1946. On a federal level, the Food and Nutrition Service of the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, administers the National School Lunch Program. On a state level, state agencies operate the program through agreements with school food authorities. How does the program work? The program must serve lunches that meet federal meal pattern requirements. This is the reason why we have standardized recipes and menus in place to ensure that the meal pattern requirements are being met. The program must offer lunches at free or reduced price to eligible children. The National School Lunch Program offers fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and fat-free or low-fat milk. This provides the children an appropriate amount of calories and helps limit unhealthy fats such as saturated fat and sodium to provide a well-balanced, nutritious lunch. You are a part of the nearly 100,000 schools and institutions that serve school lunches to 29.6 million students each day. That includes 20.1 million free lunches, 1.7 million reduced price lunches, and 7.7 million full price lunches. In a year, that equates to 4.9 billion lunches that are served. The meal standards are based off of the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010. This act required the USDA to update the nutrition standards for the first time in 15 years. Effective in 2012, cafeterias were required to offer more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and limit sodium, calories, and unhealthy fat. There are several ways children can qualify for free or reduced price lunch. They can be categorically eligible. For example, if the student participates in certain federal assistance programs such as the SNAP program, they can be eligible. Dependent on their status, if the student is a homeless, migrant, runaway, or foster child, they may qualify for free or reduced price lunch. If they participate in a federally funded pre-kindergarten program, such as our Head Start program, they may qualify, and dependent on the household income and family size. There are several benefits to the National School Lunch Program, showcasing how you make a difference in our students' lives. The National School Lunch Program provides nutrient-dense meals. Children participating in school lunch consume less empty calories, like soda or chips, and more likely to consume whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and even milk. Students are more likely to have appropriate intakes of calcium, vitamin A, zinc, leading to proper growth and development. Low-income students who eat both school breakfast and lunch have significantly better overall diet quality than low-income students who do not eat school meals. The new meal standards are having a positive impact on student food selection and consumption, especially for fruits and vegetables. Few packed lunches and snacks brought from home meet the National School Lunch Program standards. The National School Lunch Program provides meals that have less fat, sugar, and calories, which, as mentioned, is typically healthier than packed lunches. It contains the age-appropriate amount of calories, less saturated fat, and sugar than home-packed meals. Participation in school meals are associated with significantly lower body mass index, known as BMI, among young, low-income children. These findings lead researchers to conclude school meals are beneficial for children's weight and be the most effective tool to use in combating obesity in poor children. Based on national data, economists estimate receiving a free or reduced price school lunch reduces obesity rates by at least 17%. Receiving free or reduced price school lunches reduces poor health by at least 29% based on estimates using national data. The National School Lunch Program reduces food insecurity. Food insecurity is the state of being without reliable access to enough affordable, nutritious food. And we need affordable, nutritious food as it is fundamental to our existence. Behavioral, emotional, and mental health, as well as academic problems, are more prevalent among children and adolescents struggling with hunger. Food insecurity is linked to negative health, development, and educational outcomes. It's also linked to slower progress in math and reading and a higher likelihood of repeating a grade. To recap, in today's webinar, we went over the history of the National School Lunch Program, administration, an outline of how the program works, participation statistics, meal standards, free and reduced lunch eligibility, and the benefits of National School Lunch Program. Thanks to your hard work, our students are able to receive a nutritious lunch every day. This concludes the end of our webinar. Thank you for listening.